Good morning, everyone. My name is MS, and welcome to episode 41 of MS Minecraft Reboot. We are starting today's episode on a fresh morning at the zombie cabin here, and we are gonna. I don't know what to like. Whoa, where did that come from? Random corona fruit growing outside the cabin. Well, anyway, we are making a brand new project in today's episode, guys. It's going to be super exciting. It's the first time I've built something like this in the game. I noticed when we built this tower, it did add quite a bit to the area. But we're going to build another structure today, a brand new building, and I've already laid out the foundation of this thing over here. It looks beautiful, doesn't it? It's a bunch of what it is it's a bunch of stripped birchwood pillars, and we are gonna add some blocks inside that. I mean, it's gonna basically we're gonna build a building here. What this building is gonna do. Oh, if I told you what the building was doing now, then you probably wouldn't even want to watch the rest of the episode. So I'm going to tell you later in the episode. So you have to keep watching to find out what this building's going to be. I've decided as well that we're going to use our purple blocks to build this thing. In last episode, we did gather up tons of corona fruit from the end, and I have built. Well, I've put it all in our smelting room, and it's been taking a while, but I have loads of it here. We'll probably need. We'll just take another stack of it. I've been gathering up here, and these are the blocks we're going to use. Now we're also going to need some purple glass panes for this thing. But I'm going to do most of the building off camera because it's a I'm gonna have a late night tonight, guys, and I need something to keep me occupied, so I'm gonna just build away. I have actually already built the building in creative mode, so I know what I'm doing. So I will do my building off camera because I don't think you guys want to watch the whole building process. And I will show you guys once it's done, and then we'll discuss what the building's going to be used for after that. So I'm going to go wash my hands, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Mustn't forget stairs on the roof. Don't want mobs spawning on this thing, do I? Look at this doorway. You know what it needs? End rods. Give me that light. Oh, beautiful. Purple stained glass panes. Can you say that quick? Like, how fast can you say purple stained glass pane? Purple stained glass pane. Purple purple stained glass pane. Purple stained glass pane. Purple stained glass pane. Purple stained glass pane. Let's have a look and see if this guy can say it. Can you say purple stained glass pane? He can say Podzol, he can say brain coral block, and he can say glowstone. Give me the coral blocks. Yeah. I don't want the glowstone. Purple stained glass pane. Purple stained glass pane. And we're back at our AFK fish farm, which we hardly ever use these days. But I found out that in the next snapshot they are actually making a patch on the AFK fish farms to make them not as good. There are workarounds, which I'm sure we'll look into in the next update, but I figured I might just sort of spend a little bit of time here at the AFK fish farm. But to be completely honest, the only item that you get from this farm that I actually think is worth farming is the lily pads, because the other items like the enchanted stuff, now that I've got the whole villager set up, I don't really need to use I don't need fishing to get enchantments, but the lily pads I don't think are renewable, so this is the only way to actually get renewable lily pads. So definitely still a valid farm. You do get a load of junk items as well, but definitely gonna try and make use of this before it gets patched. So I have actually been working on that building that we were doing, and well, I completely did it by myself. Well, it's all done. Like, this is the next day now. I spent the whole night working on that thing, and this is what we get in the AFK fish farm. You see, like, you don't even get that many lily pads. So I don't know. I never really considered this farm to be broken or overpowered, because the items you get, I guess the bows and stuff are pretty good in the early game, but for me, the AFK fish farm's just not that useful anymore. But I'll show you the completed building. This building now has a purpose as well. I've already built the thing that the I've already given the building its purpose. There's another random corona fruit plant here. Anyway, let's go check out the building. It's all done. This is going to be our super smelter, guys. Let's give you a bird's eye view. The ceiling has got an interesting little design I come up with. It's just got some lights on it. The whole ceiling, of course, is mob proof, so it doesn't even need the lights, but I wanted it to be lit up at night time as well. I'll show you inside. So we've got our cool little doorway, and it's a super smelter with 12 furnaces. I struggled to come up with the lighting to keep this room lit up because I didn't want torches. I spoke to my friend and we came up with this idea. I'm pretty happy with that. And then we've got some chests here that are empty, but I'll be filling these up with coal because we'll be putting our fuel in this chest. Now, I didn't actually bring anything to smelt or any fuel with me, so I'll be right back. Okay, so when you want to fuel this bad boy up, all you do is you put your coal or any other fuel source in there, flick this lever, and that will distribute it across all the furnaces. So you'll see here every so often this will go up, and they all should have even number of fuel. Although I have noticed this one over here doesn't fill up as much. I'm not sure why, and I'm not even sure it's going to be a problem as long as we keep this thing fueled up, which is obviously going to be what I plan to do. I'm thinking of using the oak logs from our AFK tree farm and just smelt them down, and we'll be able to mass produce charcoal with this thing. So this thing will be completely could run off charcoal with that. So we might do that, but for the time being, we've got loads of coal, so we're just going to use that. Now, we're going to smelt some netherrack. Now, you see, I already have a furnace room, which you guys have seen, and I plan to still use that as my main way of smelting things down. But this thing's going to be used whenever I want to do like a mass smelting. So for example, when I build the nether tunnels, I found myself running out of the nether bricks very quickly. So I needed to mass smelt netherrack, and it took ages. So this is probably going to primarily be used for smelting down netherrack. This is actually all the netherrack I have. But when the next update comes out, I imagine we'll be doing a lot of mining in the nether, so we'll get loads more. But you put your input here, and then your output will come here. So I'll throw all this netherrack in there, and it collects it pretty fast, which is cool. And we should soon see. I think I need to turn that on. All the furnaces light up. They're all being given netherrack by the hoppers behind, or the hopper minecart behind it, and that's all active. And we should start seeing nether bricks stack up here. The design I went and used a design I saw from a video from Pixel Riffs. Redstone geniuses will understand all about it just by looking at this. I'm not even going to try and explain this. There's a hopper clock here that decides how long the hopper cart should collect stuff from the input chest. Aside from that, and then it just sort of distributes them. So this one here is distributing all the coal, which it has finished doing now, so we can turn that one off. But now that we've finished distributing our output, we can turn this hopper clock off. Look at me talking about redstone stuff like I know what I'm doing. So we can turn that off, and we can also now turn this off. And now all of the furnaces are smelting down the netherrack. Perfect. And we've already got like a stack and a bit. Obviously, I know like when I say super smelter, I'm sure some real tryhards in this game are going to look at that and say, "Whoa, this ain't a super smelter. This is a medium smelter." And that's probably true. Like I could have made a much bigger one, but for my needs, I don't find myself needing this too much. This is gonna be enough. And also this thing, I can just leave this AFK if I wanted to and do other things because we are in our main base, so we've got other things we can do around the place. But last year, bird's eye view of the building. I did come up with the design of the building myself. I'm not. I think it's all right. I'm not sure. It definitely stands out considering everything else around here is made of wood. So we should, if we're gonna to make this stand out less, we're gonna have to build other things around here that don't follow the wood theme, and we will do that in the future. I have an idea for the. I want to do soon. I want to do a honey farm. So if we fly down here, every so often I come to this thing and breed up some bees and put the beehives in here. We've gathered up, what's that, 22 beehives, but when I make the bee farm, I want it to be pretty big, so I'm gonna need more than that. But you know, it's all it's something that I'm doing in the background while I do other projects. But we'll have to find something else to do in this video now, so I will come back to you when I've come up with that. So we're back here at the gold farm, still trying to get to level 1000, but the level grind is just so slow now that we're at 924. But I said in the last episode that this farm was very likely to break. And also, have you guys noticed that like they've suddenly gone neutral again? Apparently, like when I moved my camera in this F5 mode, they suddenly stop getting aggressive, but then they get back. I think it's depending on where I've put the placed the camera, if that makes sense. Or it might be, I don't know. But yeah, so I said that this thing was going to break in the next update. Well, not necessarily break, but with other mobs spawning, this thing was going to slow down quite a bit. Now, I've heard that apparently it will be fixable. What I'll need to do with this thing is replace all of the spawning blocks with magma blocks, and that's going to require a lot of magma blocks and many hours of gameplay, which, you know what, isn't too bad because it's actually, I find this game quite relaxing when you put some music on, maybe have a bit of YouTube playing, and you just play some blocks. So what I'm gonna do work on now off camera is collecting all the magma blocks that we're gonna need to to fix this farm. Now, I don't necessarily. Oh, hello! Look at that. There's a pig. Let's see if we can hit him in the sky. Oh, I so hit him. Oh, that's funny. Oh, now we're on the floor. But I think what we'll try to do is, well, yeah, I'm gonna go collect all the magma blocks, but I'm not gonna replace the blocks yet until we're until the update comes out, just in case that changes. Because basically, the reason why that would fix it is because pigmen can still spawn on magma blocks, but the hoglins and the other things they can't. So I'll need a couple thousand magma blocks to get that set up and running. The only problem is getting. I'll tell you what we'll do is we're gonna go take a trip. Now, I'm always so scared to do anything at the moment because if I die, I lose all these levels and I ain't getting them back. There's no way I'm AFKing long enough to get all these levels back. But what we'll do is we're going to go and collect some magma blocks. And the best place that I know to do that I haven't already pillaged will probably be down here at our nether fortress. Maybe get a few wither skeleton skulls as well, but I want to be careful with that, obviously. I'm keeping this tome of Undying on my hands constantly. There's no way I'm taking that off. But yeah, I see some blocks right there. So let's go this way and grab them. Now I also got to be careful not to generate any new terrain as well, because I don't really want to generate any more nether terrain because it won't have the new biomes and stuff. But if we go in this direction, that's actually the direction back to base. So we won't be generating any terrain. So what I'll do for a few hours is literally just harvest all this stuff, like as much of these blocks as I can get. We're gonna need a lot of it. Um, Luckily, you do get some really large pockets of it, so that's gonna be me for a while. Gonna collect all this magma blocks, and I'd say it seems a bit too short to end the video here, but we're probably gonna. I don't think we're not gonna. It's too late to start a new project. But what I will talk about is next video. So I told you guys that if you're seeing this video, it means we've got quite a few videos pre-recorded. Considering I'm staying at home quite a lot now because of the whole pandemic that's going on, I'm going to try and get back into recording Minecraft more often because I really need something to do to just keep me distracted, if that makes sense. So I'll be trying to record as much Minecraft as I can, but no promises. But obviously, if you're seeing this video, it means we've got a bunch of episodes pre-recorded. So I guess I can promise that we'll have some episodes after this. But next episode, I want to work on. I say this, but probably by the time I record the episode, I'll change my mind. But I want to work on an Enderman farm because we don't have one yet in this world, and it's I have no way of getting Ender pearls as it stands. So I need that. I need that a lot. I like Ender pearls. Oh, this is beautiful. Look at this. Loads of this stuff. But the Nether update, I'm really looking forward to it. I have actually played a little bit of it in snapshots with on a multiplayer set. Uh-oh. Didn't mean to. I just burnt a bunch of Nether blocks, didn't I? Let's replace those. Okay. Yeah, so I played a bit of it, and I'm looking forward to playing it in this world, but we definitely are not playing snapshots on this world. And my reason for that is because the features in the snapshots are so developmental, and I remember it in the last series that we did run into a lot of issues when we used snapshots with the game crashing a lot. And I think Mojang have got better at stuff like that these days. But I don't know. Especially because anything in the snapshots is subject to change. I don't want to get used to something how it is, and then and then have it get changed in the next snapshot. So we definitely aren't using any snapshots on this world. But as soon as the update comes out, I'm also planning on keeping my levels. I want to get to 1,000 levels, and I don't want to spend my levels. Until the snapshot comes out. Oh god, oh god. Because I want to. What my plan is when the snapshot comes out, we're going to go to some new Nether terrain, and we're going to just mine for Netherite for a long time. And using all the levels I've got, we're just going to create a bunch of Netherite tools. Because there's not much point in me enchanting diamond tools right now, if the Netherite tools are going to replace them. Because there's the diamond tools will just become redundant. So we'll wait for the Nether update, then we'll do a ton of mining, and that's my plan going forward. But I am going to end the episode here, guys. It's been a pretty decent one. We made some progress. We made some progress. We got ourselves a super smelter now, and I'll need to get lots of netherrack. But of course, when we do our mining in the nether for the netherite, I plan on getting tons of netherrack doing that, and then we'll smelt that, and we can use all that for our nether tunnels. So I'm going to stop recording here, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. I'm going to go wash my hands, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.